Sup, folks? I'm gonna do No to the Park baseball series. Why not? I feel like it. Let's do a new game. That's gonna be fun. Kidding. Standard game. Nope. We're gonna do the White Sox because they reek. They really suck. These are all cool. The honk ball hoof class, that sounds great. But they slow down your game. I have a decent computer, but not enough to want to have the honk ball Hofta class in there. Well, here we are with the White Sox. Happy Pride Month. That's when I'm releasing this. So we're Caleb Williams. Unproven, though. Kind of like the same he is in football. Anywho, before we start anything, let's go over the settings. I did change a couple things, a bunch of things. There's a couple things I find more fun. A couple things I find stupid. We'll go over them if I can remember what I changed. Nothing is different here. Don't think anything is different here. AI trading frequency is low, and they still trade so much. And I pretty much click on all of them to see, who goes where. Don't touch this. I don't like the relocation or the nicknames. If you want to expand, sure. Sorry, foreigners, you guys can't win Rookie of the Year. We renamed this stuff. I hate rainouts. It's a video game. Sue me. Oh, I didn't change this? No, I did. This is usually high. Stupid. I also don't think all teams should be represented. English. Silly. Here's a fun thing. I don't know if you've played the game, you'll notice this looks pretty different to what it usually is. First of all, sorry Cubans or Puerto Ricans, you can come anywhere else. This is a funny thing. I'm Canadian. I want to see more Canadians in the draft. And 10% from random. I think this is the funniest thing in the game. You get like some Uzbekistanis or like some like Madagascar players. They've never played in the major leagues before, but now they will. International scouting discoveries, I turned down a few because sometimes they're just like really, really good. And also, they're all from random. And now random works. It's not literally going to pick out a name out of a hat and say, all right, you're from Bhutan. It uses the star system. Like if I go into edit here, it's going to have more players from, 4-star or even 5-star countries like Canada or whatever than Cameroon or even any of these 0-stars countries. You're not going to get very many Djibouti players relative to Dominican. You're going to have significantly more of these. But there's a percentage chance that you can have an East Timor player, which I think is absolutely hilarious. Same thing from international established free agents. Yeah, did not change this. In my previous save I did. I can show that separately. It's a fun save so far. I don't touch this. I don't believe I've touched this at all. I clicked this. It didn't change this or much of this. I think I'm going to touch this actually because this is a little low. You'll see pitchers literally never get to 100. I'm a fan of the, old man shouts at cloud, like, push your pitchers deep. I like that, so it's a video game. Here, what do I change? 20 to 80. That's how I play. I make this like this so that it runs better. The fact that it shows BABIP on a player page this year is kind of overpowered, I'll be honest. Not overpowered, but it's pretty good. I'll show you how I use that to my advantage. Coach cohesion. Stupid. Love it. Love the game. That's a silly part, in my opinion. So I turn it off. A couple other things. You'll look at this and you'll say, that's weird. A lot of things are weird here. I don't like suspensions. Again, I know it's not realistic. They're annoying. You can't do much with them. You can't do anything. It's just like, it's annoying. Sorry. My previous save, I played on high, which is a lot of injuries. We're going to try normal, which is the classic. I also hate this. I hate the long-term injury diagnosis, so no. Turn that on. I've messed around with the development system settings. Much younger, much older. Not the way I like it, but TCR, nice and high. Face gen. Everyone likes face gen. Give me face gen. I made my settings not as hard as possible, but fairly hard. The other underrated thing to do if you're playing the game and want to have it, more realistic, more fun, more challenging. AI settings, sabermetric. They are kind of silly on traditional. They will just lead off like guy with 30 avoid Ks and a 290 OBP, lefty. Like, I don't really get it, but sabermetric seems to fix that at least a little bit. I don't touch this. I don't touch this. And I turn off the continue button because I don't like it. That's the settings we're going to be working with. Let's go ahead and start up the season. I will see you back when I have the lineups ready and whatnot. Actually, I figured I'll bring you guys along for the ride. It's the first episode, first video I've made. So we're going to figure this out together. It'll be fun. I should mention, I have offered a couple personnel contracts. If you see me like switching back and forth very quickly from all these things, just like my F2 keys and all that, there's no like secret button. Anyways, I guess those are secret buttons. I've offered a couple of contracts. Pretty much the entire staff in Chicago, and Ben Johnson to be a Charlotte hitting coach. Cool. Let's look through the organization of the team, see what we've got. Let's do it together. Matt Foster, extreme fly ball, first of all, bad. Second of all, injury, bad. Third of all, ratings, bad. Not good. Jimmy Lambert, bad. Max Stassi, honestly serviceable. Catcher framing's pretty important to me. That's a terrible thing, though. I'm not paying $7 million for that. Jesse Schultens, seems that you'll never pitch for me, to be so real. Sorry, pal. I've never heard of Shane Drohan, and I know quite a bit of ball. Anyways, not looking great. Let's do it this way. Let's go through position by position. Crotch Rocket, this is a reliever, to be so real. I know he has this good changeup, but look at these ratings. If I make him a reliever, what'll he have? 85 stuff? 75. Never mind then. We're going to use him as a starter, but I don't know. 40 controls I don't love. BABIP, it's okay. This is what I was saying of why the home run against and BABIP is different. Usually you just see movement, and it would look like, or last year it would look like this, right? Which it looks, and you wouldn't be able to tell. I guess I didn't even really know. I knew that home run per 9 and BABIP was a thing, because if you went into the editor you could see that. But to be able to see it here is pretty hilarious to me. Anywho, let's keep looking through the team. Sorry, I'm kind of yapping. I like to yap. Eric Fetty. It's not a terrible player. This is all right. Well, we got a new scout coming, so hopefully he tells me a little better news about some of these guys. Flexen, bad. Good old Canadian boy. He should be playing stick and puck. Bad though. I don't know how he's not a ground baller either. Anyways, whatever. This guy looks pretty good. What the hell? Number 49 prospect, Drew Thorpe. Sounds Australian. Isn't. Tanner Banks. I met this guy in real life. See, look at this. BABIP versus lefties, so he allows significantly weaker contact to lefties. That's good to know. Cool. That's the kind of shit I find pretty cool about this game, is the splits and using it to your advantage, and that's how you win in the playoffs. This is a bad player. Extreme fly ball with 45 home run per 9 home run against. That's not going to fly around here, Patna. We're building this team on ground balls and defense. Delvey Garcia, Yankee legend. Mid. This player is horrific. Submarine. So Submarine's weird because it's these aren't split like you'd think. Take a look at a guy like Diekman. I don't know. He sidearm, right? So versus lefties, way more. This is a crazy lefty specialist. For righties, you don't want to throw him against. It's interesting that in this game, Submariners are not as split heavy as sidearm guys. Anyways, that's just me being a little bit of an out of the park baseball nerd. Dom Leone, Jays legend. Bad. Steven Wilson throws a slutter. Decent. Jordan Leisure. I don't hate that. I really hate this. So he's going to put the ball in play weekly. That's great. Thanks for coming, Carlos. Michael Turner. Not great. Andrew Vaughn. He's going to put the ball in play weekly. We don't like these players around here like this. Nicky Lopez. Guess what? He's going to put the ball in play weekly and hit for no power. But he's going to play you a pretty good shortstop or second base. So there's value here. I like this player. Danny Mendick. Happy Pride. That's all I have to say about him. Not looking great. Yo-Yo Moncada. He's got a no buyout option that he will not be getting picked up for him next year, because this is not a good player. Paul the Young. Jays legend. I'm a Jays fan. That's why I'm Canadian, so I guess you could make that assumption. He looks horrific. Doesn't put the ball in play very much and doesn't hit it hard, but he hits with a little bit of power and plays an okay shortstop. Braden Shoemake. Braves. Legend. I will shut up with that. Sorry, I yapped too much, I know. Yikes. Yikes. Oh, God. That's not great. That's not great. That's not great. That's fantastic. I love me some goddamn Maverick Phillips. Doesn't put the ball in play at all, or hit it hard, but goddamn can he play a center field. So can Louis Bob. Wow, so can he. Okay. Anyways, let's, this is what I like to do. You'll notice I do this sometimes. We are going to redo it all from scratch because I want to, and I will come back to y'all when it's done. Alright, it's opening day. We don't play today because this is like the Korea series, Japan series, one of them. You can see we are getting some reactions to contracts. I'm doing a full rescouting of the organization. The waiver wire, let's see. Yeah, I'm doing a full rescouting of the whole organization because everyone's low accuracy now. So we have John Mozeliak. You'll also notice there's no catcher. I forget the name of the guy, to be so honest, but whoever we had that's not Carlos Perez is not playing catcher with 45 framing. It's not happening. So we're trying to sign someone. I don't even know who it is. Let's see if we can find out. Juan Centeno. This is a legend of the game. He doesn't even look that good at all, but he's a good character guy. And yeah. Anyways, let's see what the league thinks we're going to do this year. Probably lose 100 games. Yep, 103. I wouldn't hate it, although the first year and second year and third year drafts are not great. All right, who are the best players? The A's are projected to be terrible. Arson Judge, he looks pretty good, huh? Very low scouting, though. Juan Soto also looks pretty good. That's funny. His BABIP should be lower, please. Gosman looks really fucking good. Damn. Scooby? Hell yeah, Cuzzo. That's pretty bad. Christian Encarnacion Strand on this list, huh? That's pretty fun. This is an absurd player. Oh my god. Anyways, we have a couple prospects we could all highlight. We have the 16th ranked farm system. Don't love where we're at. Colson. If he becomes this player, which, you know, he won't because it's a low accuracy and it's probably closer to this, which is still good. This would be great, you know, get on base a lot for me. He did that in the minors consistently. Just a 537 OBP in high A in Worcester, Winston-Salem. Isn't that the Witch Trials? Fuck, I don't know. Anyways, he looks good. Drew Thorpe, he looks good. I forgot he was a part of the Cease trade, I want to say. Noah Schultz. He is 6'9" and does not look very good. We're going to have to throw him in the development lab to see if I can get his velo up there. But also throw his sidearm. This is just a reliever. Like, he's just a reliever. To me, I think. And Edgar Caro looks bad. I mean, he looks like a fine hitter. Sure. But, man, he's not playing catcher for us. So he'll probably be in a trade of some sort. I do want to put this out into the world that the inspiration for doing this at all is Foolish Bailey, Foolish Baseball. So, hello, pal. But I want to kind of say, yeah, I could do it better. Yeah, I better. Ha ha ha. But I gotta prove it. And also, I don't have an undying affiliation to any of these players, really. If I get offers for them, they're out of here. Sorry. Anyways, it's opening day. We don't even play. Let's keep going. Oh boy. GM is done. Axed. We're bringing in Sue Falsone. I like it. That's our team trainer. Buck Showalter to be a GM and good old Ben Johnny. Why do I keep doing that button? I want to click this button. I gotta learn. Okay. Yeah. Ground ballers. That's who we want. In what world is Jason Bourgeois just not teaching first? I don't know. Anyways. Let's keep her going. Thanks, John. Appreciate you coming, pal. No one on waivers. Yeah, that's not great. I wonder if we got that fucking guy signed. Let's find out. Oh, I did waive. I waived Robbie Grossman. Just didn't have a place on this team. He looks fine, but you refuse to be demoted. All right, well you're out of here. Sorry, Buster. I also called up Prelander Baroa because I don't know why he's listed as a starter. Sure, like I get it, but this is a reliever. Look at him as a starter. Not good. Look at him as a reliever. Quite good if he develops. So that would be nice. Catcher. Did we get? There he is. Very low. That's a shame. But you're going to start versus righties. I don't even care. We're going to be terrible this year. I'm not even going to hide it. I don't even, we're not trying to win, per se. If we do, fantastic. Smoke weed every day. Fun story, though. Good story. These are hilarious ratings. So versus lefties, he can hit for power, and versus righties, he's going to just be OBP. I almost want him, except that he's unmotivated. That's got to be mean. Why? Because he smokes a lot of weed? Couldn't stop smoking weed. Anyways, I don't know. What the hell am I doing here? Let's try and win on opening day, eh, Garrett? No, we don't. Well, whatever. I will simulate forward, and I will update you on pretty much anything that I will do. Eloy is bad. I don't think he's a good player in this game. He's, fine in real life. He just gets injured a ton, right? 12 games. This is a fine player. I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that he's been okay to start the year, but we're going to trade him, immediately. I'm going to get out from this contract. I don't want to pay you this much, but you know who does? The Marlins. And we're going to give them this nobody for Andrew Nardi, and Buck Showalter loves it. Only a fool would reject this offer. I'm no fool, so we're going to do this. And it's not like I'm not going to do this every time, but, I'm not turning this down and make trades. I don't want to, cheat the system. Okay, let's not do this. Let's go back to the Marlins, huh? Nardi's good. He's a reliever, though. I can see why they don't really care for him, but he's got no service time. He started the year poorly. Whatever. He looks fine. He's going to be a stopper, which I'll explain in a second. Let's do it. Cool. We're going to go back to the main screen. That's the waiver wire. Great. I don't use closers. We use stoppers around here. I've always done this in this game. It's just better, I find. And your relievers who you use in the stopper role are used a lot more. And, you want your good players playing more. Brebbia, 4 mil? No, you're going to be DFA'd. I doubt anyone claims them, but we'll figure it out. We're going to move Prelander into a middle relief stopper secondary. Nardi is going to go stopper and lefty specialist. And that reset it. Look at that. Looks good. First trade. Cool. I will keep simulating. Let's do a game here. Actually, I have to fill this spot. How are we going to do that? Well, it's DH. I think we're going to just throw Gavin Sheets in there. Hopefully he doesn't sheet the bed too much. We're going to move that because I don't like 3 lefties in a row. And then versus lefties, we got to go call up a hitter. Who can hit versus lefties? You're not terrible. Ooh, Mark Payton. No, I'm calling up KP because this is my fucking guy. The fact that he's DHing is pretty hilarious to me. Maybe, you know what, whatever. We're just going to do it. Is he going to hit third versus lefties? Yeah, I think so. Cool. Let's see if we can win in this game. Oh, also, you'll notice, that's not great. Ooh, I'll take this time to show you kind of what I do with these. You just bench him for 4 days. I don't want to put him on the IL. But also, don't play through that, please. You'll notice I sent down Drew Thorpe. Why? Because I'm an asshole and I want him for an extra year's service time. He'll be up May 1st-ish. So yeah, there's that. That's one trade. And what that does is it gives us money to be able to claim players on waivers. I was looking at Ottavino, who was on waivers, which gave me the inspiration to do that. Kiermaier. I would like this player, but I'm not paying him 10 mil, so no. Jimmy Lambert's back. You can rehab yourself, sir. Who's here? Do we want any of these players? Luis Heel? Absolutely. I don't know why you're on waivers. I mean, I do. You have a 16 ERA. But that's enough stuff that I will claim for a minor league deal, please. Can you mash lefties in this game? No, only in real life. That's cool. Anyways, that's an update. Well, you haven't missed much. We DFA'd Brebbia. No one claimed him. He wouldn't take a minor league demotion, so we're going to just trade him for another bad contract with a bad player. I don't know what we're going to do with Madrigal, but I do not want Brebbia. So, there you go. I do a lot of trading in this game, I think. It's good. It's kind of like real life. I'm a little Jerry DePoto-esque. We also claimed Luis Heel, and that went through. So, we're going to deal with that. So, first of all, I don't know how we're 16-12 and in first place. I can't imagine this keeps up, but we're hitting okay. We're pitching fine. Anyways, Benintendi got day-to-day injured, but because Madrigal already was, and I don't know. I already decided he was going to be the one benched and not IL'd. He's on the IL, which is going to give me an excuse to call up Colson Montgomery. Is he ready? We'll find out. He's raking in Double-A, so there you go. And at the same time, while I do this, we're going to do that, and that. I think we'll lead him off, because that's where I'm going to want him long-term anyway. Cool. Versus lefties, KP can go to left. And should we let him play versus lefties? He looks terrible. So does Sheets. I guess why not? You'll hit 8th. Sure. Also, while we're here, and because I'm calling up Colson, I feel why not call up Drew Thorpe as well? Or, nope, did not mean to click that button. See you, Chris. Mets legend. 2 whip in a season legend. So that's a fun call up. Drew Thorpe's there. Does he have energy? No. Anyways, he'll be there in the coming days. Let's see if we can win in Colson Montgomery's debut. And we do not. We lose in 13? What a game. Where is the text? Let me figure that out. That's weird. So Nicky Lopez is hurt. Well, we're going to IL him. You can... He's not really a good fielder in any capacity. He should be a first baseman, in my opinion, at 6'3". The other thing, which I'll bring up now, in my previous save, you could call it cheating. I would use commissioner mode to give them experience, because it's silly that they just have no experience ever. You think this guy has never played first base before? Like, I'll reset it after this, but like, look, he's a 75 grade first baseman. That's where I would be playing him. No, I'm not going to do that, at least yet in this save, but you can tell that I knew he was going to be a good first baseman. Maybe longer term we play him there. I don't know. But in the meantime, let's figure out what the hell we're doing with this other injury. Madrigal is benched for 1 day. Oh, look, Matt Foster's back. Great. You can rehab yourself. Shout out to John Singleton. Ooh, Madrigal is no longer injured, but still being benched. Let's nix that. And I had him platooning with Braden Shoemaker. No, it was Nicky Lopez. Let's see if we can find someone to do that with for him. Right. No. My other thought then would be, now again, he has no experience at second. He probably should. He's not going to be good there, though, but we're going to do it, I think, for now, because why not? And now we need a DH, and none of these guys really are here to hit. Unfortunately, it somehow might end up being Kevin Pillar, because we're going to end up calling up, like, fucking... Did not mean to demote you, so... Oh, I called him up. Great. Thanks, Danny. Thanks for coming. You're going to back up here versus lefties. And then I guess Kevin Pillar is going to DH. But Paul DeYoung's hitting well, so let's do that. Cool. I'm coming back pretty close to the last time you saw me. Vaughn hammy for 4 weeks. That's... You're not going to play through that. But in other news, we just scored 18 runs in the Trop, which is a place that you don't do that. Yohan Moncada had 7 ribbies? Oh, wow, he's having a pretty alright year. Weird player because his BABIP, which, based on the game, is a measure of how often balls in play fall or hits. To me, I read that as quality of contact. And for pitchers, the other way, it's quality of contact against. Anyways, he is not having a high BABIP year. Now, he had one of the highest BABIP years ever, didn't he? A 406 in a full season. Sure. Anyways, Brett Phillips. Okay, dude. 5 RBIs. Alright, man. Anyways, Vaughn's injured, so that's kind of a shame. Part of me wants to just start growing Colson at first, so that's what we're going to do. And versus lefties, I think, we're going to have to figure out who we call up anyway. It's going to be somebody first base-esque, because I believe at least, because Madrigal can play here. We'll have DeYoung hit higher up, and then we'll have Brett Phillips play there, and Danny Mendick kind of take his role as the backup infielder. Which means we need just a right-handed hitting first baseman, which we probably have somewhere, right? Not good ones. Oscar Colas. I thought he was going to be so good last year, and he was just horrific. Wilfred Veras. I don't even hate it. He's the leading candidate right now. Meh. Yeah, why not? 21-year-old from high A. You're hitting like terrible in high A, but that's definitely realistic, huh? You'll hit versus lefties, and then we'll move everyone down. How's that sound, Wilfred? You happy with that? Hope so. So Nicky Lopez is back. That's great. I think the man Dick is going to go down. Dick down. Oh, we also claimed Christian Pache. That's fun. He's a weird player in this game because he's probably better than he should. Wow, we have a lot of lefties hitting. Oh my god. Who should be hitting higher? Let's find out. Mokata's there. They're all there. Benintendi. Sure, you can hit fifth. Why not? We got a lot of 4 lefties in a row. That's just kind of going to be the way it is. And how's Wilfredo Vela hitting? My guy, whatever his name, Veras. Wow, he's mashing. Yep, high A, struggling to MLB mashing. That is quite literally, my friend, just baseball. I also would like to put, I think, Pache on the roster. I just don't know who I want to send down or move out. The other thing is, let's see, does he have... he's got no more option years, so we'd have to waive and DFA him. Who's been bad? Well, we knew this was going to happen. None of my outfielders. KP, sorry, Buster, you're out of here. We're getting youth in this bitch. I also would love him to back up Benintendi in the field later innings. I did set up my team strategies, which I can show in a second, but it's probably really not that important, to be honest. I do not love that you're going to be hitting second, to be real with you, Christian, but that is the way of the road, as they say. And then we got KP on waivers. Great. Let's, oh yeah, I mean, I do it myself. This is kind of what I do. There you go. Do not go over 140. Besides that, besides that, do whatever you want. Crotch Rocket, who I gave the nickname to because he deserves it, has been pretty fantastic this year so far. You know, we're 552 games into the year. Wow, okay. That has significantly surpassed my expectations of this team. The fact that we're only 3.5 back and ahead of the Royals who are pretty good in real life this year. Wow, Louis Bob's having himself a year, eh? It's not the worst contract ever. I'm shocked his injury frequency is not, fragile or even wrecked. But we will keep on keeping on. Screwball? How does that affect this? It doesn't. I love this game because, different pitches with different pitch mixes actually affects versus lefties versus righties and their handedness, as well as, arm slot and pitcher type. Arm slot. It all affects different things, which is why this game is so cool. Let's think of Jake Diekman again. Sinker slider and lefty submariner, or side armor, rather. It's going to be bad versus righties and good versus lefties. I love that about this game, and it's pretty cool how that happens. Like, over the top guys, let's see if we can find one. Nope, 3/4. Nope, 3/4. Nope, 3/4. Nope, 3/4. Nope, 3/4. All right, well, sure, they exist, believe me. Over the top guys. They're usually better versus opposite handedness, especially if they have a curveball. So that's fun. Anyway, that's that update. Andrew Vaughn is back. How are we going to deal with that? Let's find out. Well, it's going to be pretty easy, isn't it? Even though you've been pretty great. You can go to Double A. Adios, Wilfred Veras. Which means Vaughn gets back in the lineup. Wow, who do we take out? I think it's going to be... Ooh, this is a tough one. I would like to play him at first, but also he's been pretty good. He looks pretty good. His fielding is pretty great. That's kind of the theme of this team in the long run, by the way, is going to be defense and pitching, baby. The problem here is we have to send somebody down, and I don't really know who that's going to be. Wait, never mind. I'm a little bit el retardé. That means late, by the way. Don't cancel me yet. He'll hit cleanup versus righties, sure. Yeah, I mean, this team's been a pleasant surprise so far, I'll say. Like, we won't have very many pieces yet, but we're 500. We're winning games. Let's see. Andrew Vaughn, first game back, 2 tanks. I like it. The other thing, which is why our team has had any success, in my opinion, is our bullpen ERA. What's the recipe to winning games? You shouldn't? Well, it's pitching, defense, and a really good bullpen, especially, because you can steal close games. I would put money that our close game record's pretty good. It's 500. We're just a, honestly, semi-decent team. Well, how is our Pythagorean win-loss that good with this roster? I guess we'll never know. So here's a fun little piece of news. Colson Montgomery is the second highest ranked prospect in baseball. Started the year at 17, and then he's now number 2. His ratings seem to have gone pretty up. I also manually do this for anyone I care about, by the way. And the trick to know is running is just free points. Like with this here, this would have to be at the middle bar. But running, you don't really develop. You kind of just have your speed. I also don't think defense really matters in this, but I also don't know that for sure. Anyways, I would love for him to get a good eye. If his name was Barry Bonds, Colson Barry Montgomery Bonds, that would be nice. The other thing I had a misstep on earlier is I did not go over owner goals for our 88-year-old geriatric owner, Jerry Atrick Reinsdorf, and I'll be here all night, by the way. He wanted us to play close to 500 ball. We're going to do that, hopefully, although we've been pretty horrific recently. I would also like to upgrade shortstop, and, my fan interest, once we get good, which will take 3 years, hopefully, maybe less, hopefully, maybe he'll like me, and then he'll pass peacefully, and we'll get a Jerry Jr. or some shit. Anyway, that's this update. The other top prospects of note, which, we'll do from this screen, actually. I prefer it because it shows without BABIP, and this is a classic way to look at it. James Wood looks fantastic. This shows with fully developed ratings, according to what they are now to your head scout. OSA even likes him even more. Anyway, this would be a great player. Junior Caminero. That also looks like a very good player. So does that. I mean, it's a top prospect list for a reason. Top pitching prospect. How does he have such low stuff? I swear he throws pretty hard. Do I edit this? He throws like 100. I should, but I won't. He looks pretty good. This looks like an absurdly good catcher. And Jet Williams rounds out the top 10 prospects. It's a pretty good list. 95 games into the season, about halfway through. Wow, what a catch out there in center by Dalton Varsho. Hell yeah. Anyways, we are 45-50. It's definitely better than projections had us pegged for, as well as myself. And this is going to be the last check-in for this first episode. I hope it was pretty enjoyable. I enjoyed it, so, I'm going to keep doing it. But our previous game before the draft, which is what I'll start the next one with. What a game this was, huh? 6 in the bottom of the 8th from the gentleman. Louis Bob, who's having a pretty fantastic year, had a pretty fantastic game. We can't pitch is our big problem. Nick Nastrini, who was horrific in that game, has been our second best starter this year. He's 2 stars. Oh, 2.5, he went up. Muzzle tough. Drew Thorpe has been generationally bad. You'd hope he corrects that. Mike Soroka, sorry, Michael, my sincerest apologies to you, has been bad. Eric Fetty has been okay. I'm actually okay with this player. And the Crotch Rocket's been fantastic. Our problem is we're not good defensively yet. Our bullpen, though, look at this. Look at how good our bullpen's been. Jordan Leisure, ignore that FIP. He's got a 2.08 ERA. Andrew Nardi, you can look at that FIP. He's got a 2.54. Prelander's been fine. Not as good as yet, not as I'd like him to be, but he hasn't developed yet. Luis Heel, it's been fairly bad, but Dom Leone has been terrible, again, but Slutter Wilson has been whatever. Tanner Banks has been great. Sure, dude. And Delby Garcia has been fine. Hitting-wise, sort by WAR, why not? Obviously, Louis Bob has been our stud. Gavin Sheets has been good. I probably should be playing him. I've noticed he was pretty good, but at the same time, he's 28. I don't really see a future with him. I probably non-tender him after the year. And I don't really care to play him over anybody. Coulson's been great relative to what I, thought of him. But yeah, that's kind of the end of this. So let me know any feedback y'all have for me, if anything. And I appreciate you. Done, no.